Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself. Got an awesome show tonight. We're talking about how to scale your business. I know I've said out promos earlier in regards to don't ask for help, but, you know, since I am Mr. Short Dollar, I can't change my damn mind at the end of the day. Pretty much same information, but I just said let's just change the title because, you know, we still got to get those analytics and all the other stuff up. So, listen, I first want to tell everybody thanks for tuning in. Real quick, if you're tuning in now, make sure you hit the like button and everything. No matter what platform you're on, we stream live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and that's it. That's it. But we got a live show tonight. Before we get started, I want to start off by saying what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lamb.
What's going on, bro? This is Thursday. Came around quick, didn't it?
Man, shit, it came out too quick.
Real quick.
Too quick, man. Too quick. You know, anytime we can do it, you know, it's a blessing, baby.
That's right. That's right.
I also give a shout out to my other producer, Slick316. What's up, Rick?
That's right.
Super excited, guys. You know, when I first started the show up, I always rehashed the previous week. Guys, you know, we're still in COVID. You know, make sure you're being safe. Remember, practice everything you learned in pre-K. Wash your hands, cover your mouth when you sneeze, you know, practice social distancing and all that good stuff. Starting off with everything, tax season kicked off officially last week. You know what I'm saying? Where the money resides. Right. Majestic Business Service is doing pretty good. And, yes, sir. Yeah. 21 years in the game. You guys know I'm a accountant by profession. My business is Majestic Business Services. We are 21st year in business. We got a tax season going. Everything's going pretty good. We've had some people from the different platforms reach out to get stuff done. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate all you guys' love and support. But so far, so good with everything. So we're looking forward to it. I know it's going to ramp up a little bit more in the next couple of weeks because February and March is always kind of rough.
Okay.
But, you know, it's always rough. But, you know, we take it how it comes and everything. Because when that phone don't ring, that phone don't ring.
That's right.
So,
we be wondering what's going on.
There you go. Calling that shit from another damn phone to make sure it works. Nah, it working.
Call my phone, see it working.
Right. It worked. Big shout out to my third son, Christopher Burden. Chris just came in third in the regional wrestling match this past weekend.
What?
Yeah, and this weekend he'll go to the sectional. Okay. And if he qualifies in the sectional, he'll go to the state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so,
well, he gonna qualify in the state.
Yeah. So
on to state.
Oh man, he was wrestling in the 280-pound class.
Okay.
There was a lot of skin slapping. There was a lot of skin slapping.
A lot of skin slapping.
Woo! Now you look at Discovery Channel, see them damn
Sumo.
the walruses. Them damn walruses wrestling.
Right.
The bull walrus, and they jockeying for position.
Oh, okay.
You get the little bell or little cow walrus over that shield. That
Right.
Them big old walruses just boom, boom. What Christian was doing that past week. Jockeying for position.
He gonna be mad at you.
Jockeying for position. Yeah, you ain't heard before. I said, boy, little jock some shit from the Discovery Channel.
That's right.
They just boom. So one of the walruses just walk away in defeat.
Right.
Y'all seen that episode before? Shit. We had a good time, though. I'm proud of you, Chris. But, yeah, man, super excited, man. Business been going great. Everything been going great. The channel been going great. Hey, guys, also, I just released a video about a $10,000 grant for black female entrepreneurs. Make sure you ladies check that out. Fellas, you can check it out, too. Give it to your old lady. But, yeah, it's an awesome grant opportunity. It expires on February 25th. So I want everybody to hop on it. So regardless of what platform you're on, remember, guys, again, we stream live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. The YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, is the main hub for all the videos. It's for all the videos. There are almost close to 400 videos on Mr. Short Dollar. Go to the YouTube channel. Check out, subscribe when you get there first.
Right.
You know, subscribe. Check out the video in regards to the $10,000 grant for black female entrepreneurs. That I think I released that about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. It's went crazy already.
Oh, okay.
So please go there and take advantage of it, guys. Please go there and take advantage of it. We got a lot more grant videos there. Had a couple grants. I think came out last week. We've been dropping these videos, man. I don't know. I mean, got so much stuff out there.
Right.
And man, I've been super excited.
They've been taking advantage of it though. That's the question.
Some do, some don't. You know, you can't hear the masses, but you know, when you reach them, you teach them, so it's all good. Right. But I think a lot of people have been taking advantage of it.
Okay.
The only thing I can do is just do what I do, put it out there.
Okay.
Put it out there, and that's all I do. And I got a big passion for it. So, big shout out to that grant opportunity. So please, ladies, jump on top of it. Something else I wanted to go over, Layup. Damn, man, I'm going blank. Something else I wanted to go over. It'll come back to me later.
Right.
Again, guys, tonight we're talking about how to scale your business. And the reason why I want to have this show is because initially, like I said, a lot of promos was don't be afraid to ask for help. It's still alluding to the same thing. And I just think about, there are so many people in business. They're in a funky spot. They're in a funky spot because they're doing okay. They're doing okay. They done went through that little initial learning phase with the business. Business going okay, but they kind of like at that fork in the road.
Okay.
They turn away business because they overbooked. They can't deliver stuff on time, or they're missing appointments because they ain't got enough people. They ain't got enough money. Some folks will call all kind of crazy stuff. The old system they had is just slowing them down. And you guys know that I got a master in supply chain management, so theoretically I'm a fixer. That whole Six Sigma, blue belt, green belt, yellow belt, whatever belt, all that stuff.
Right.
That's me. I'm one of them people that I got a big quantitative background. I'm one of them guys that can add and multiply all the alphabets times 2, power to the third. I'm one of them people.
I hate them alphabets.
So with that said, I'm very, very versed in business effective and business efficiencies. So a lot of times when we talk about people getting them funks, they stop at that point because they're more confused because they don't know what to do. They're like, man, and sometimes they may look at it as a good thing.
Right.
But what's happening now, you're missing appointments, you're going, because when we go into a restaurant, what's it called, the 2 R's, retention and renege, where you decide if you're going to stay there or not, or the line too long, you decide to leave.
Okay.
It's not retention, renege. Renege is one, I forgot the other one, but it's psychologically, when you see certain things, you got them do those points where you can't deliver, and people making them decisions, it was good, but I ain't really going to come back.
Oh, okay.
I like the quality of this product, but it take too long.
Okay.
Y'all been at the point you've been to a fast food place, and you done pulled in. It's funny, I went to that Starbucks on
you customer acquisition?
Huh?
How much the customers come stand?
It had to do with it had something to do with how long they'll wait before they leave, or just sometimes they just see it and leave.
Okay.
Just we're doing it. Definitely a lot of stuff people in the restaurant industry can learn. That besides how to cook it and how to make it taste, as far as operations.
Right.
But damn, I lost train of thought. What was I about to say? Oh man. You threw me off for a second.
I'm sorry.
Glad to kill my story.
My bad.
No, you good. But we're just thinking about people want to grow their businesses, and now you get another little point back on it where they're in that little funky spot where they don't know what to do to fix certain things, because a lot of times you see we've all been in situations. You're waiting so long for something to happen. For your food to get delivered, next thing you know they're losing customers and stuff, and you're just like, well, they gotta just own it. They just gotta chill out, or they get frustrated, and they just don't know how to fix it. And what happens, guys? It's good to be busy. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, what happens is you open the door for a lot of stuff that you don't really want to happen.
Okay.
Competition, people change their mind about doing it and all that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, you have what you have. Real quick, I want to tell everybody, hey, how you doing? I appreciate everybody that's tuning in right now. Before I forget, real quick housekeeping. Anything that you want to add to the show, feel free to add to it in the comments, in the questions, anything like that. Or we're talking about scaling your business. if it's anything outside of what we're talking about today in regards to just say if it's grants, loans, business operations, hold up to the end of the show. I promise you, I will open the floor up and I'll answer all your questions, okay? If it's outside of what we're talking about today, again, we're discussing how to scale your business. I appreciate everybody's tuning in right now. Real quick, again, I will ask you if you can, wherever anybody's tuned in, please hit the like button right now while you're tuned in. Just hit the like button so I know you're present, and also to help get the algorithm so they're sharing all my content on social media too. I really appreciate that if you can do that. But again, you see so many times people get on little spots. Like, what the hell can I do? Because that's one of the things about you. Just say you're a business owner. Somebody pull in. They can pull up at your restaurant. How long to wait? 1 hour. Then they got to decide how much they want to eat. Hey, man, look, I got to drop my car off and everything. Had a friend of mine told me they had to drop their car off at a car dealership to get some repairs. So they couldn't look at this shit for 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, because of shortage of work.
Okay.
So, again, you have different things like that. So now what you do, you're going to call around to see if you can find somebody with a shorter time.
Right.
Do you want to lose money because of that? So that's what we're going to talk about today in regards to scaling your business.
Okay.
All right? When we start talking about scaling is pretty much, and I don't know if everybody's familiar with the term scaling. I know you've heard it, but scaling is increasing the size, the sales, and output of your business with a reasonable cost, within a reasonable cost, and it's cost effective.
Okay.
Reasonable cost effective manner, rather. Let me say that. So it's pretty much being able to do more with the least, in addition to what you're already doing, right? So if you're already sitting there saying, okay, with 5 people working, we can produce 20 widgets. Maybe if I can add 2 or 3 more, we can do 45, 50 widgets, right? And understanding the whole point of by being able to add a couple more things here, make a couple adjustments there, a few changes here and there, how we can make those changes.
Okay.
And so a lot of times people don't really want to go down this road for several reasons. And this is kind of what we're saying with alluding with the help. You got to be able to handle the growth without it negatively impacting your operations.
Okay.
And a lot of times people can't necessarily do that because they'll grow so fast and do certain things, and they aren't, set up from a managerial standpoint, financial standpoint, to be able to do it.
So how would I get what you're saying in context, but how would it, in which ways would it negatively affect my operations? Give me a couple examples for us laymen who don't have masters in supply chains.
It can by scale, it can negatively affect it. Just say if you turn around and say you want to put X amount of dollars in advertising to reach a big audience. You go from your local paper to the radio or doing, just say if you're doing social media ads, and it's for Atlanta region, then you put in another couple $1,000s to hit it on the southeast region or a national scale. So now you got a bigger volume coming in to you, right?
Right.
And now you done went from a 48-hour process delivery process to maybe a week or 2.
Okay.
And who the hell signed up to? Now I want them shit now. That's one of the selling points. You said that, right?
Right.
Also being able to sit here, your advertising done increase. You done did a couple things. More people coming to your restaurant. You went, again, now people they could go in and out because they seen it on TikTok. They can go in there and chill or whatever. They go down to the restaurant now. Shit, it's a line around the wall. No, it's not intimate or anything like that. It's some BS.
Nowhere to sit down.
Yeah, you see your ex-husband in there with his. Shit. Hell. So, so it's just being able to, when you make them adjustments to bring good things, put you in a situation where you can't handle it. Some people can look at it being good trouble. But you also, here's the thing about it. One of the biggest things that has changed over the past 10 years is that word of mouth for businesses isn't as effective as what? Reviews. When you sit there and people go, and most of the time when you actually go to a business, people, most time people don't make reviews or comments till they had a bad experience.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So
and all your comments, all your reviews are bad. Yeah. Because I always go to reviews. I'm notorious for reviews. I'm going to see what they talking about at this restaurant before I just pull up and give them my money. Yeah. And the first review I see is 1 star, terrible service. Had to wait 4 hours for my food, and they were cold. then refill my drinks, you know.
And you looking at the reviews, you really don't know if that's just something just dropping the bucket, or that's how they get down. You don't know and everything. What's up, Izzy? What's going on, brother? I appreciate you tuning in. And that's one of the things, really you got to be very, very conscious of. Because we all want that fire, but we all can't handle that smoke. So you gotta be able to understand that, hey, listen, there are consequences. Remember, we talked about before, consequences ain't never said a bad thing. It can be good and bad. But we got a cause and effect. If I'm going to put more money here or put more people there, from production standpoint, from awareness standpoint, that's cool. But can I handle everything that come along with it? Okay. And a lot of times, unless you have experience, you don't be ready for it. So that's one of the things we're looking at. Skill. That's a good question, Lab. Okay. We're doing that. Shout out to Crown Royal too.
Because everybody think more business means more money means great. They don't. Nobody looks at how it can impact me negatively. So we need to know about that, because if you have employees for the amount of, and I guess it's another way, if you have employees for the amount of business you already have, then it scales up, and you don't hire no more employees, you don't have an issue.
Yeah, well, see,
the employees start quitting because they too big, they're too much pressure on them.
Well, also, man, the key thing is you got a damn cap.
Yeah.
That's one thing about it. They ain't even a number attached there. You got a cap.
Right.
That, hey, man, this is not necessarily going that way, because mentally, if you don't care, you're not even gonna take the time to even look at the numbers, or even just kind of just evaluate how the production going or anything, or just sitting there looking. You have to care.
Right.
That's why it's so important. You see your top organizations, they're always trying to get readbacks, that feedback. They're always trying to get surveys. They're always trying to do other stuff, and they kick back certain things if you answer this quick survey. That's why, because they're constantly trying to find out how they can do things more cost effective, more efficient, more effectively. They want to know if they're going down wrong paths. And even at a mom and pop level, you got to think that way. Remember, guys, when we enter being we're a true owner. We're working on the business, not in the business, right? I had a good conversation with a buddy of mine the other day, and me and him was rapping. My cousin, my damn cousin.
Oh, okay.
And we were talking, and we were just, I was just kicking him up with our businesses, and because he actually works in his, I work in mine. And I was just explaining to him, like, from a value standpoint, our businesses isn't as valued as high as franchises, because we're part of it. People come to deal with Deonte. Right. They want to deal with me. They want to walk in my office over there in Riverdale.
Right.
I got the bar in there. They like getting a shot, getting a cigar. You know what I'm saying?
Your family.
Yeah. Exactly. They like that. They like that. I said my book of business to somebody else. They go in there, and the guy is a different kind of accountant. Don't want to joke. Don't want to talk about the kids. Don't even want to listen to you about what your wife done did and coming home and all that. I'm a part-time psychologist too, on top of being an accountant. So you have to make sure that when you have them things in place, and it's not an issue with me. I'm fine with it, but I understand that. That's why when you look at a franchise, let's say a McDonald's, Burger King, they can change hands 3 times in 1 week and never lose their value. Why? Because it doesn't matter. The system is the system.
It's designed that way.
Exactly.
You plan for that system.
Exactly. Because, everything's set up, everything's straight turnkey. Everything, whatever. So the ownership has nothing to do with it. So the value stays high. Right. But if you have, this is a nugget, guys. If you're part of your business and you making an impact and dealing with folks, that decreases the value of your business, regardless of what the sales say. Because again, if you take yourself out of it, everything's dropping. Right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot that goes on with a lot of restaurants. And I don't think people understand that. Like
those small mom and pop restaurants.
Yeah.
It
can be small mom and pop. It can be mid-size, but let's say a family business that is actually the owner or a particular manager. It's one of the reasons, man. Go in there, man. Poochie, man. He a fool, man. Go in there. You gonna
check him out.
Ask your family this, that, and that. Do that. You got a certain auto body shop with Mr. Charlie. He work with you and stuff. When that changes and new things come in, even though that business is making X amount of dollars, you change that dynamic, the value drops.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because one of the core things that people come in there is because they like you and trust you. Ain't got nothing to do with that. You know, McDonald's, they don't trust nobody no damn McDonald's. They just want food.
Right.
Right? And you know what I'm saying?
Because they already the same. They designed the way to be exactly the same.
Exactly.
The only thing that's different is which corner you're going to be on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what you're getting.
Right.
But when you go for a particular person, particular reason, remove that, value decreases.
Okay.
So keep that in mind, guys, as you grow in your business. It's not a right or wrong way. But when we start talking about selling, evaluating things like that, that comes into play. That is very, very, very important.
Right. Right.
And that about to burn my damn finger. I've been messing with the damn light all day long.
I know.
I know y'all tripping out like, what the fuck? You gonna set some shit on fire. Y'all forgive me.
Right.
But that's one of the things, you know, I want a lot of people to be thinking about when they're doing their business. Like I said, it's not a right or wrong, but you gotta understand, we start getting evaluations, you want to get loans or sales and stuff like that. That's a critical part of your business, your actual involvement, interaction with it, you know. But when we start talking about scaling a little different now, because we're looking at going to the next level, being able to do certain things with our business, with our restaurant, with our service company, whatever. We done went from, you know, we got a landscaping company, we got one truck. Now we're going to look in the next 2 or 3 years, go to 5. We're scaling. We're able to do more, you know, with our business because we got more things out there to be able to do it, right?
Right.
So that's why I want to have a discussion with you guys on how to sell your business, knowing when to sell your business, and when to maybe even try to even regress everything with your business, okay? Again, I am Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself. Tonight show, we're talking about how to scale your business. We're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Anybody got any comments or anything? Not yet. Okay. Y'all feel free to tune in and chime in, guys. The thing I want to go over now is, when do you know when to grow? Hey, Deonte, when would a point come by knowing the scale? Because it sounds good. Excuse me, look good. Because everybody wants to get bigger and better and everything like that.
Everybody, bigger is always better. Right? More money, more money, more money.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it, you know, and it looks good. And I think when we're sitting at our jobs, we're like, hey, man, I want to do this. I want to make this conglomerate and got all these different trucks and stuff going. It sounds good, but it's also, you know, more. You know, the more money you make, you got more set of headaches, more liability, more scrutiny, and everything. And there's nothing wrong with it. You just got to have the things in place to be able to handle that, right? So the question is, when do you know when to grow? The number one thing, when you are damn ready. Okay. You got to be mentally ready for that. You ain't gonna never always have everything covered, but you got to be mentally ready to actually get ready to go through some BS. Because like I say again, the more people you're dealing with, the bigger systems you're dealing with, the new technology you're dealing with, it's going to be new headaches to come along with it. You know, it's always more challenging to deal with 10 as opposed to 5 or 3 or 2 or just you.
Right.
It's all going to be challenging.
We always think we're ready, though. See, that's the problem right there. Hey, Push Play, thanks for tuning in. We always think that we are ready, regardless to how, you know, what you saying, Mr. Short Dollar. We always think we're ready.
Yeah.
We always think we're ready for a bigger payday, or as we see it, because we're always looking at the payday. We're not necessarily looking at the logistics of getting to the payday.
Logistics, the damn, you know, like you said, just being able to create, pay, deal with it and everything like that. It sounds good. That YouTube got folk messed up.
Right.
You know, you got a brother sitting on the beach. You can do this
on
too.
his yacht.
Yeah, you can do this too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All that rented car, the rented boat, and all that stuff. Everybody flying on the plane and everything. This is how I roll. You can do this. And okay.
Oh,
okay.
I did this in 1 year. I made $7 million in 1 year. Yeah. I've seen them videos too.
Woo! Look good. Right. You know, and for $2,000 you can do it too. Just subscribe and pay for this. But key points I want you to be kind of considering when we start talking about when is the time to grow. When your business can't handle opportunities or regular business under your normal circumstances, like you really having challenges. You know, people are waiting. You know, people are not getting response they normally can. You get stressed out. You got more stuff going on with your people. You ask your people to do more for less. You know, hey man, can y'all work overtime? Can you stand and everything like that? I need some help. We're doing way more than I thought we would be able to do. All these kind of things coming down on you. So these are kind of the things you be looking at. And in regards to, okay, should I be able to scale?
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Is this we have a question from Design by E. Is this kind of they want to know how to give some insight on how to start an umbrella company? Can this be a part of that scaling part?
No.
Okay.
No. Umbrella company, and I'll circle back with that at the end of the show, because even with as an umbrella company, you start doing that, you still, it's like you're creating something else. We're talking about just growing your particular business with scaling.
Just the one, okay.
You know?
Okay.
I mean, you can actually just say if you got if you want to add something, the question was, this kind of like with setting an umbrella company up, not necessarily, but not really anyway, because that's just a whole different thing you be doing. Because you don't have to, regardless of setting up another company, you still got to have the systems in place to be able to do more.
Okay.
You know.
So you'll circle back around the insight on that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's funny that's asked, because I get calls by that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make this, I'm going to put this. Not saying that's what they meant, but I want to get this business, and I'm gonna have this business running under that business. You be like, what the hell?
Right.
This is some real Coca-Cola stuff. I just don't think people be understanding like that's for those kind of people. That's not for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just have something separate. We're doing it, but we'll circle back with that.
Okay.
So I want to get clarity exactly. But no, it's not necessarily with having a conglomerate or umbrella. It's more so just you've kind of hit what we call a bottleneck. We're talking supply chain was bottleneck, where you have, just say you're on the expressway and you go from 8 lanes to 3 lanes, and you got that little funky spot that everybody's kind of slowing up at. That's what we're kind of looking at, like kind of we're thinking about scaling, because we're actually doing everything at a certain spot. Business is going like this. We got it, but all of a sudden it start getting constricted. And what's causing the constriction? We don't have enough employees. We ain't got enough, have a big enough spot. Our systems are antiquated, and or we're just it's something different.
Bottleneck.
But yeah, that bottleneck. I mean, you turn around, you selling all these particular these items going in your restaurant. Everything going smooth. But hey, why don't we just get a sign up with DoorDash and Instacart or whatever? Next thing you know, shit, it's a whole nother revenue stream coming in.
Right.
But it's causing all kinds of slowdowns in your operations, because you get this 30-40% increase of volume that you can't handle. Now, why now these folks gotta wait 2 hours for their DoorDash meal?
Right.
Like, no, I ain't ordering for them to do it no more. Now you don't got to kick out of DoorDash. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So we gotta figure out. Well, that's when these are the kind of determining factors. Like, if you need to make a change or not, right?
Okay.
That's why I said the first part is being ready, because again, now when you do that, it's things that gonna come along with the change that you got to be kind of prepared for. But we got to sit here and say what's doing it. Lab is using such and such QuickBooks 2011. And they only have so many things in place. QuickBooks 2022 got a whole more different other features that are more workable for where we at right now in technology. Lab don't want to buy new software.
Right.
So this stuff getting hung. Remember that? You remember that?
Right.
The dial-up days.
The dial-up. Right.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not using 5G. I'm using dial-up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Boy, just going in there with doing that, man, people they getting them funky spots with that. And you got to know when it's time to make a move.
So you don't think that just more customers, just more business means that you have to scale up? That doesn't necessarily mean that.
Not if you can cover in your regular operations.
Okay.
Cause see what it is. Sometimes we're in business. We built. We from our inception we can have a volume of 500 customers, but we normally do 100 or 150.
Okay. We
don't need to make any changes because we still under the same constraints where we started the business under. But you got to understand that.
Okay.
Because there's a output you can look at per employee. Each person can build X amount of these in 1 hour, right? We know that. That's kind of like, on average, we done tested that. We're looking at industry averages. That person can make this. Tax returns. We know probably an hour and a half per person. Hour and a half per return, per person, right? So I can sit here and say, okay, from a volume standpoint, we can get at least these many on average. You might have some more complex ones, this, that, and that, depending on how your practice is. But you kind of know from an output standpoint how much each person can produce. From that point, you know, you can even figure out with your numbers from your charge how much you can make on a daily basis. But you went around did a promo on V103. Everybody done heard about you. And now your volume that came in and this stuff and it's cool, but the problem of it is what? Now you can't handle nobody. You can't even book appointments because y'all slam.
Okay.
And people start doing what? I mean, it's now you can control, but you got better do it. That was one thing, you know, again, I guess me being Boy Wonder a little bit more insightful, that was one of the things I was always thinking about before I started doing radio advertising. Let me be able to get a couple more people to handle the volume that come with it.
Right, okay.
Because people tell you all the time, you need to advertise on this and be able to advertise on that, right? Flip side of it is what? If you advertise your business to million some people, you just say 1% gonna come back. Can you handle that 1,000 people to come in? Well, 1% of 1,000 or 10,000? 1% of a million? That 10,000 or 10,000?
Yeah.
Can you handle 10,000 people to come?
Right.
Right? And you sitting there like, man, we still mom and pop.
I have a question.
Sure.
Someone designed by E again said, would you scale a nonprofit the same way you would scale a regular business or LLC?
It has nothing to do with the entity. It's about what the business is doing.
Okay.
Because a nonprofit can be in production.
Okay.
A nonprofit can be in service, right? So at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with the entity. It's all about what you're doing.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with that. You know, so, you know, it's all about what you're doing as far as when we start talking about scaling.
Okay.
So you got a neighborhood for example, if you got a neighborhood nonprofit, just say
what's a good read them thrift stores. They kind of a nonprofit. They're set up like nonprofits.
No, because it can be a for-profit thrift store.
Okay.
You can be a for-profit. I was about to think just like a homeless shelter.
Okay.
You got a homeless shelter going. You know how many people that you can handle in a homeless shelter, right? And it could, like say, you know, be it could be non-profit. You know, at the end of the day, you know that you're at capacity with it. If you got not enough beds in there, you might need to get another spot.
Okay.
You might need to get more funding and everything to go in to be able to scale to it.
Okay.
So, you know, it's the same thing. If you got switch that a homeless shelter over, just say if it's a bed and breakfast or hotel, same concept. If it's more people coming in need to get rooms and whatever, you still got to maybe get another room, another building.
Okay.
Because you stand slam with it. So thought process still be the same, but the entity how it's set up,
it's gonna be different.
Yeah. You know, I mean, well, it's still the same. The entity is different, but that's more just from a accounting tax thing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now one can't advertise and one can't do, you know, because of, you know, the nonprofit status, but conceptually, how you will, you know, scale it, whatever, it's still gonna be the same.
Okay.
You know, so that wouldn't change anything. But to you, what was you saying, Lab, about the what was you say? You didn't say I was saying the shelter. You saying
like a Red Cross. You know how the Red Cross have a place where you go buy stuff from Red Cross. Now they are nonprofit.
Yeah, to the last point, even with like
they have Red Cross thrift stores, right?
Yeah, again, if the volume setting up and everybody got lines to the back of the wall, you know, you might like, hey, we might need to get a bigger spot. We might need to hire a couple more people. So theoretically, it's the same thing if that was a nonprofit or for profit.
Okay.
The problem's still the same. How we're gonna handle it still gonna be the same way, right?
Right.
But again, we're gonna handle things differently from an accounting tax standpoint. You know, legal.
I'm sorry,
standpoint.
not Red Cross. Everybody, I'm sorry, Goodwill.
Goodwill.
I'm sorry.
Even the same thing. Goodwill, Target, same thing.
Right.
Lines to the back of the wall, low on inventory. I mean, you know, we got to get more people to make more orders in, more people at the register and stuff like that. Same problem, different kind of entity. You follow what I'm saying?
Right. I get
So you still got to do it, but again, it's still handled from accounting, legal, tax. That's being handled differently.
Okay.
But you know, operation wise, still the same. Still the same. So, you know, that's a good question.
Hello, Latasha Barnett. Thank you for tuning in from Indiana.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, Tasha. Big shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now and everything. I appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you, One King Drew, for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Lab on the ones and twos.
Right. And he does be dropping. You tune in every Thursday. He drops nuggets all the time.
Okay. Cool. Hey, and I do want everybody to know, just so you know, I have the Instagram and the TikTok in front of me.
Right.
Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Lab is working it.
Okay.
Because I get asked this all the time. You didn't see what I said? You didn't? No, I don't get a chance to see it. But Lab lets me know and everything. So you know,
if it's relevant to what we're talking about, I'll ask the question. But a lot of times they don't be relevant to what we're talking about, and then it'll scroll by on the Facebook. But anyway, my apologies. I'll do better.
No, you ain't doing that wrong, lad. You ain't doing that wrong, but I just want everybody to know, because people ask me that, like, hey, I'm like, no, it's I didn't see it, you know, and everything, but that's the reason why. So, with that, you know, get to see everybody in, but I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. So again, learning, knowing to grow, when you can just sit here and see those kind of things that you normally do, you got some kind of constriction or something, and now your thought process is, what, I got to make a change.
Right.
I got to make a change. Now, so we saying that now, how do we make the change? How do we grow? Again, tonight's show we're talking about how to scale your business, right? How to learn what is scaling, how to do it, and, you know, when to kind of maybe back up on it, you know, rethink some things when you already start scaling your business. The thing I want to, this is the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Tonight we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Whatever platform you're looking at on right now, please hit the like button for me. But also, the YouTube channel, that's the main hub, but all the videos are placed there. Check out that $10,000 grant for Black female entrepreneurs we just released today. Okay. Great, easy opportunity for you ladies to take advantage of. The point is now is how to grow your business, how to scale that business, okay? I'm going to give you an easy blueprint. Now, again, keep in mind, guys, before I start running my mouth, and that was a good question we were just asked in regards to with the nonprofit and everything. You will have subtle changes and subtle differences depending on what kind of business you have. So keep that in mind. So, and I never give a cookie cutter, holistic pieces of advice.
Right.
I do want everybody to understand it will vary from business to business, industry to industry, in regards to how you scale your business and situational stuff.
Right.
But theoretically, these are the kind of process, the things that you'll look at, or the kind of path you'll go by when we start talking about scaling your business. Well, the first thing you need to make sure is you have the capital to expand. Now, we say capital, that can be theoretically money. And that could be your money, your line of credit, equipment, whatever you have to be able to expand or have access to be able to do that. One thing, because, you know, I tell one of my rules, guys, get access to capital when you don't need it. Worst thing you can damn do is, I don't need to get no credit, I don't need to work on this, that, and that, we fine. You get this damn opportunity come before you, and you're like, okay, look, you know, you got a landscaping company, City of Atlanta, just gave you a contract to do all the park and rec buildings. They gave you a contract.
Right.
And you know you're going to need, you know, at least 5 more mowers to do it. And you ain't got the damn money.
Right.
So now you breaking your neck because you don't want this contract, and you trying to get a loan to go buy 5 more mowers.
Okay.
And nobody give you no damn money. And the whole time I'm always telling people, be building a relationship so you can go to these places and get access to capital. Okay. We always want to get access to capital. We don't need it. Get you several lines of credit. Have your money set to the side. We already have some relationship with bankers. So when the opportunity comes, you're ready. What you don't want to have happen is to get a damn opportunity or win something and you can't deliver because your ass ain't ready. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you stay ready, you always going to be ready. All the damn time. All the time. All the time. You out there campaigning to take that woman out, and that one day she just said she done got mad at her man. Come on, Poochie. Shit, I'm tired of you asking. You don't want to shut the hell up and leave me alone? Right. Come on, Poochie. Right. And I wasn't ready for the damn come on. Shit. Right. You got to change. You know? We down there grubbing that Waffle House now. Right. This is not what I was expecting, Poochie. This is not. You got to be ready for it. Right. You know, you got to be ready and stuff, you know. Right. You got to be ready. There you have it. It'll happen to all of us. They doing that hard campaign. Hard campaign. Come on, girl. She just said, F it, come on. Right. And you're like, okay. I'm not ready. What you mean, like now? Yeah, now. I ain't got no money. Right. I ain't got no money for no room. I ain't got no money for no food. I ain't got nothing and everything. You just messed up, man, because she ain't ready to listen to Netflix. And you got to be able to take advantage of a guy who get that opportunity. Okay. So we always want to make sure we're putting ourselves in a position to be able to move on opportunities when they present it to us. So always, always, always be trying to get access to capital when you don't need it. We never. That's one I hear people say it all the time. Well, I don't need no money. I don't need no money. You don't know what the hell you need. I'm not saying get a loan. Guys, go to the video I put in for the Short Dollar Business Finance 101 video where I introduce all these different business funding products from the business credit cards, business loans, term loans, business lines of credit. I define what all those different products are, how you use them, why you will use them, how to get a hold to them. You guys can always help book a damn consultant appointment so you get versed with it. But if you're a true business owner, you want to grow your business, you need to make sure that you're getting access to capital when you don't need it. Get them damn banking relationships together.
Right.
So you can call Steve or Greg or Kelly at the bank.
You talk about that all the time, making those relationships.
Yeah.
I have a quick question that we probably have to circle back around to at the end.
Okay.
But Latasha Barnett asked, what is an affordable way to get help connecting everything as far as customers and a team of coaches to help run an online wellness coaching business?
First, I can answer that real quick.
And they also need a nice building for coaches.
Okay, the first thing that got to be taken out of that whole question is affordable. Yes, for a lot of stuff that ain't gonna be affordable.
Right.
Yeah. You're not gonna get affordable coaches.
Right.
Because affordable and good, there is no correlation.
Right.
You might get a lot of your cousins, just talking. But you got to kind of get that word affordable, and kind of go more with competent.
Okay.
Because again, we get what we pay for, and again, nobody likes spending money. But once you start spending money, and you start seeing no kind of ROI or anything like that, return on investment, coming in from it, you learn real quick. Affordable get you in trouble. Okay. So I will look at it for getting competent. But what I will say I got enough videos out there in regards to how to advertise, how to market, how to structure deals and stuff like that. The best thing to do is probably book an appointment, consulting appointment. Please don't book no 10-minute free session with a 2-hour question. But I will say that that's something that probably a little bit more complex you can go through. But I think the easiest thing is get out of that affordable. Only because what we talk about all the time, we start looking at costs and business structures and stuff like that. We work backwards from the goal. So we already know that 5 coaches is going to cost X. A building going to cost X. We know that. So let's work back. We know, and we can add that number up and say, hey, that's $50,000, right, off the jump. Know. So from that point, we just know we got to know how to work backwards from that. So work backwards from the goal. Get your numbers together. Get out of affordable. I'm not saying, I understand if you ain't got it, but at the end of the day, you don't want to sit here, be in business, and you need to be in business. Right. Business get you all frustrated and closed, but business will be able to take care of you forever. So just make sure that you work backwards, get your numbers and your cost numbers together, and then once you get that, then you sit here and work backwards to try to get a hold of that. But definitely get that word affordable out your system.
Well, let me ask you a question. She said online wellness, and I know we'll go back to the scaling. That's something that, I know people always think about, we need to get a building. But, if you're doing online wellness the way things are set up now, most people are working from home just about anyway. A lot of us are who works in offices. That's something that could be started at home and work, like you said, worked your way up, scaled up later on. And it may not even come that you need a building. You can set up coaches to where they can work for themselves at their own house, and you still getting revenue, a certain amount of revenue from that, because you're connecting the coaches with the customers. So I think, and you tell me, because like I said, I only have a master's in business administration. I don't have a master's in supply chain. So you tell me that is something that can be done without Xing the building part out. I know everybody wants to run and get a nice building with the name on the front, but this is an online business. You know what I mean? So online businesses are something that you can start with a small amount of capital.
Well, let me say this, JB, just to before we go deep diving into everything. That's why probably they didn't get an appointment, only because I have no idea what the model they're trying to do. It may be a coaching situation or even theoretically online, but it requires some kind of face-to-face. It requires some kind of interpersonal interaction. So that's probably why, we're doing that.
Doctors don't touch you nowadays. So.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, I don't have enough information
right
to give you honest answer, and everything. And I'm very big on if people quit to give you an answer or response and they ain't got all your data,
Right.
you might want to run from it. So I can't really just give. I got to find out exactly what they're trying to do, but better do that. But I mean, again, we can. I think it's best probably book an appointment, and we can, go through that. But that key word, that affordable, I don't. Know.
Yeah.
Because again, you're talking about hiring people, buying, getting capital, and all this other kind of stuff. We talking about scaling and growing and stuff like that. And shit ain't free.
Right.
It ain't free. It ain't free.
Right.
And you get what you pay for sometimes.
Okay.
You get all these damn affordable folks. Yeah, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna charge that much, and they're not as impactful.
Right.
And
your name on it. Then you gotta. Right.
What two words, guys? The two I's. Impressive is I got all these folks working for me, and I got this business, and I got the LLCs. Impactful is your bank account getting bigger.
Right.
Your reputation, everything going. We want to be impactful. Right. Impressive ain't nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
boss.
Hey, we didn't. hey. What we talk about, we see, you know what I'm saying, impressive.
Right.
They got the nice dress on. They looking good and everything.
They smell good.
Yeah, then when the body trimmer and all that stuff come out and everything, it is not as impactful as you thought at first. Everything changed. You're like, no, it ain't as impressive as I thought it was. We got to be impactful, guys.
Impactful.
We got to be impactful. We can't be deceiving and everything. So, 20 people working, nice cars and all that stuff is impressive. We want impactful, so we hit that bottom line and make money. So again, I just think that some things gotta be, you gotta know. Okay, I gotta pay for some stuff, and and that doesn't mean you gotta just go for broke with everything. But experience teach you where you gotta spend your money at. Experience will teach you that. It will teach you, hey man, I don't need to cut corners on this and everything.
Right.
Some stuff you can get used, you can get away with it, whatever. Then something like, look, man, no, I gotta pay for it, for certain things. So I kind of back up a little bit when I hear about, especially when we start talking about any kind of expertise and everything, just
specialty.
Lawyers, coaches, accountants, affordable and that ain't that affordable about Mr. Short Dollar.
Right.
Shit,
Right.
No, ain't nothing affordable about me.
Right.
I got a free YouTube channel. So we got all that stuff going, but I don't really go too much into the affordable thing. But again, there's a correlation with that, with doing that. That's a good question. So we get to the point where we ask ourselves, how do we do it? We're talking about scaling. I decide I need to do it. We know what it is. We made a decision because we're looking at the bottlenecks. We're looking at the constraints. We're looking at the constrictions. We're looking at where we at. How do we do it? So first thing I say, you get that capital. Next thing is you got to be realistic of what you're trying to do. The thing that you're trying to do require more people, more difference in systems or whatever infrastructure, however it be. You got to be able to get more legs.
Okay.
You got to get more legs. See, the problem over there with a lot of times, people get so stuck into I got this business and they try to be this person that's doing everything. You got 24 hours in a day. You only got 2 arms and 2 legs.
Right.
You got to be realistic of the output that you can make during that particular time. With all your damn hats getting worn, you're the accountant, you're the marketer, you're the lawyer, you're the advertiser, you're the on top of that, the damn coach or consultant.
All right.
How the hell you gonna do it?
Right.
Now, if you're cool with staying at a certain level, I will tell you this, guys. 20 years in the game, I'm not like I was. I'm not trying to do a lot, so I've shrunk my thing down a lot. I'm not trying to run 4 or 5 tax offices. I ain't got to do that. I'm cool. I got my 2 kids grown, another one finna graduate. I don't need to do a lot of stuff I used to do. So I've shrunk down with a lot of stuff. But you got to be realistic of the output that you got to make. So you got to know, okay, look, I need to get X amount of people to be able to do X amount of things. But what the key is knowing when you get more people, you got to know what one can do first.
Right.
So you already know what one can do. And then from a production standpoint, you know what 2 or 3 can do. I mean, people can make more cakes, can do more tax preparation, can be able to build more things, can sell more stuff for you and stuff. You got to be able to know that with doing it. Now, you might get a diamond in the rough that you can do a little bit more, but you got your basic output with doing it. So you got to, so from that point, if we know that one person can do 3, we know 2 people can do 6, right? And then we turn around and get 3, and now we can sit here and now we can do mess with my math. We can do 9. Tax time, y'all. 3 people can do 9. Well, blame it on the crown. 3 can do 9. So now we can see him work these numbers now, right? That's how I was always doing with the tax business. I knew one person can do this. This is how much money I made for this. If I had, one person doing this and they can do these many tax returns. If I had 10 people doing that, that's how much money I could make. Now that's how much money I'm making passively of the residual I'm making. That's how I was always scaling everything with my tax business. I got everybody working virtually. You got 50 people working for you. I know how much money I can work. I can work out from there.
Okay.
That's how we sitting there looking at it, being realistic, guys. And if you're not a numbers person, but you're great at what you do, go hire somebody. Go hire somebody.
But sometimes on what you're saying, you can sit back and watch and see. You don't have to be a numbers person to watch and see that, or actually you can look at how many, let's say a burger, you own a burger shack. You can look at how many burgers were sold and split that up between the people that you have working for you and determine, you can get a rough estimate of how many burgers per person, per employee is being sold. Sometimes, I mean, when we did when I got my master's, they did that at the end. They set it up to where you had to not necessarily hire someone to do it, which you should do. You should hire someone who's capable of doing these numbers for you, but you do it yourself, rough draft to say, look, I have 8 employees. I just sold, 40 burgers. That's around 5 burgers a person, an employee, So you try to drill down. Now, all those people are not necessarily selling burgers, but they're a part of the infrastructure of selling that one burger. You get what I'm saying? You got somebody putting the lettuce on it, somebody frying fries, somebody grilling the burgers and all that stuff and dressing and giving the food at the end, saying thank you, come back again. All that is a part of that infrastructure which you have to sell that one burger.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But what's the key component we're missing in that? Everybody can't add 1 plus 1. That's why that happen.
Okay. Right.
Like you're right. You can do that.
Okay.
But if that ain't your world, that ain't your world.
Okay.
Okay. Man, I mean, people come in. Man, I come in there with a damn bags like Santa Claus with receipts. I can't add all this. I can't add all this shit up. I can't do that.
I have a question from Deonte Burden. He said, "What is some questions that you should ask when someone's giving you an opportunity?" I guess as far as scaling up, I guess.
Call your daddy. That's my junior. What was you saying again? I'm sorry, PJ. What are you asking now?
He said, "What are some questions that you should ask when someone's presenting you with an opportunity?"
What are some questions you ask? You breaking the rule by staying on subject. What are the questions you should ask? The key thing of it is, let's turn the table, and I'm just telling you this, son, is that anytime somebody presenting you with an opportunity, the question you want to ask yourself is,
why?
You got the why, but the thing of it is how that's going to benefit you. Because opportunity could be, just say if they require your time or your money. The sacrifice you're going to give, your time or your money, what's going to be returned for that?
Okay.
And from that point, you have your metric in regards to if that's going to be beneficial to you or not.
Okay.
I always say that when you doing a pitch, when it's the other side, when you pitching for somebody to get a contract, to get a loan, or to get whatever you're trying to do, turn the table around, find out how what you're doing is going to benefit them, and sell the benefit, the outcome to the person.
Right.
Not just, okay, I need to borrow the money to help me.
Okay.
Look, man, you give me this money, I can bring you back this.
Right.
That's more attractive than you give me some money, I can make this money, I can do this and that. I've had that happen to me all the damn time.
Okay.
So, I had, man, I ain't even going into that. But that's the thing about it. Always understand when somebody presents you an opportunity, you got to make sure that benefit that they're giving you, it has to be a benefit that's worth it. But if the benefit is not really that big a deal for what you finna give up, that's when you don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
That's the thing with it.
It's still on topic though, because somebody presents you with a building, for your business, that's an opportunity, and they say, hey, you can have this business, you can have this building right here for a certain amount of money, but you got to do certain X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of scaling too.
No. That's a good question, but PJ, I would say this: whatever you decide to do, make sure you call your daddy first.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
PJ a bad boy, man. PJ a bad boy. Well,
right.
He get his hustle on. I ain't gonna lie about it. I see PJ making a website.
Right.
I'm looking at it from the sideline. Okay. I see y'all that making money, bro.
Right.
Chut Styles. I see him out there. Big shout out to PJ. PJ wig maker and everything. Hey, check out Chut Styles on Instagram, guys. Yeah, Chut Styles, CHUTSTYLES, Chut Styles.
Okay.
On Instagram. He got his whole inventory catalog up and everything. Check him out, man. He doing some good work, but he got to get his hustle on, man.
Right.
He
said he'll think about it.
He'll think about it.
Call you.
What he said?
Yeah, I'll think about it.
MF. That's my baby.
Right.
But nah, we're going back to how ways to grow. Ramp up that system. Go back and you can get your consultant to look at the way you're doing stuff. You may want to move a place where you got 2 people, put 1 person there, and move another body somewhere else where you got 1. Just different ways you can do certain things, right? Be open to change. Be open to something different. What can you do? Like we are talking about, focusing on the infrastructure. You may need to get a whole new software system in. You use the same damn thing that you've been doing for years, and you're forgetting. I remember when I first, my accounting job when I won't say first get in corporate America, but I was there for damn 15 years. When I got to that company, they were using the old the rolling paper printer. It get jammed all the damn time. Then you got to unhook it, feed it in, and roll it back up. I said, man, y'all know we getting and they'll print checks like that. I said, they got laser printers.
Right.
We can just put them in and print them out. For real? I mean, these damn dinosaurs, y'all be in.
Right.
And we will spend damn near 2 hours printing checks on Friday. Well, we got a laser printer. It cut the time down to about 15 minutes.
Right.
And this was just something that was oblivious to them.
Right.
Minor infrastructure change, causing that log jam. One thing you would have made from a technology equipment standpoint, boom, it changed.
Right.
That's kind of like we go back, what was one of the major, we're in Black History Month, what was one of the major inventions during slavery that changed the whole outlook of how cotton was produced in the South? Cotton gin, there you go. I forgot they said it was a black man designer, but Eli Whitney took the credit for it.
Right.
But that changed the whole landscape of cotton production in the South. Because the cotton gin was able to clean out all those seeds and do all that other kind of stuff. But that was just, it was a game changer with doing it. And those kind of things like that, from production standpoint, we started talking about, we got people spending all this time cleaning out the cotton, and we can do that. We can put people in other places.
That's right.
So that's what we started talking about, having infrastructure changes in place. You getting you getting a better lawnmower. You getting an oven that can cook better, or an oven with different sets on it and stuff like that. What we invested in, I got some lab doing it all the time with dual equipment. I got some better mics and stuff like that to be able to make stuff better. Getting certain softwares to help with production. Those kind of things from a standpoint will allow you to do more with less. Right. But that's why we start getting to that thing with affordable. Sometimes you got to make that one-time investment, and mathematically it'll be able to make help you out in the long run. But that's why I say it's so critical, guys, to make sure we're looking at our numbers to understand the correlation between the when we make those expenditures. And expenditures is one time or nominal purchase every now and then for a certain asset. Be new computer, be some equipment, maybe a building, whatever. We make those expenditures like that what the ROI, return on investment, is going to be for it. Because we know we're hiring more people, and it could be hiring a person, but that person's skill set is so great they can make production just change, right? So those are the kind of things we got to kind of look at in regards to that. So that's how you scale. You got to be able to make certain things and certain changes in place to be able to do it. Be it hiring, be it purchasing new equipment, be it from an educational standpoint, those kind of things that you can be investing in yourself. Now you got more training going. Because how many times have you went to a restaurant and they niece the waitress? She coming back every damn 30, 40 minutes. She flirting, she on her Facebook. You see her over there in the corner. You know what I'm saying? All the time. But if they put a little money into training and teaching them, how to properly do certain things, the business will make so much more money because they're continuously coming back. You need more drink, you need this, that, and that. Cracking a joke, what you do, and all that kind of stuff. Bartenders wasting, again, you might want to make a good drink for a person, but there is $1 return per bottle that everybody, conceptually looking at doing, so you're not wasting or losing money with alcohol, and having that stuff in place to be able to take advantage of that. So again, those just training and educational investments to be able to, scale yourself up. Now I'm able to make more money because I've taught my people how to make the proper amount for the drinks to make a bigger profit on a bottle of liquor.
Well, we always say I think the best trainer and supply chain there is the Chick-fil-A, because they keep them lines moving. I don't know how they do it, how they get them teenagers to do what they do, but think about that training.
Well, the thing about it too is understand the other side of it is because we were lucky because going to Clayton State, we had a lot of people from Chick-fil-A corporate headquarters come and talk about efficiency. When I was in school, they put the amount of training in there, but they also do charge at a premium. That ain't no Popeye chicken sandwich price. So understanding that other side of it too.
Right.
You can't try to be, that goes back to the affordable. You putting all this money and investment into customer service and training for customer service. You got to increase it. Great conversation I had today with one of my partners. Just talking, he was talking about his barber. Big shout out my age boom coon, James Pate. Pate's birthday was Tuesday. Yeah, happy birthday to my age Pate, man. Right. We were talking about the barbers, and he was saying that the barbers, I was salon owner for 17 years, and I don't get enough people, I think, ask me questions about it, because that's one of them businesses, people, because they know how to do hair and cut hair. They feel like they got it, even though they work in the business, but they don't know the business side of it. So we just talking about the guys that getting the suites now, and they're the drawback by getting the suites is what? They don't have to flow through traffic, but they got a more intimate setting and everything. But they charge in the barbershop prices. Okay. So they, in their mind, they cutting out. It's cheaper. It is cheaper for the barber to get a suite that pay the continuous booth fees. I get it. Right. But what's the problem? You don't have the traffic of the barbershop.
Right. You don't have them seeing you.
You don't have them seeing you.
Right.
So what do you have to do? And you sitting there looking like, damn, because your normal customers they're used to getting your paying for that $25 cut. So what you got to do different? Because I got less people coming into me. I'm paying less money in rent. So how do I compensate for the less volume? You got to increase your prices. Right. But then you say to yourself, well, I ain't pay you no damn $30, $40, $50 for no damn haircut you doing. No, that's what I'm saying, man. You may have to. Hey, this is free consulting for y'all. You might have to have you 3 bottles of $100 cologne.
You might have to have some cognac,
a massager, a steam towel,
right?
Some different moisturizers and stuff. Now you got to sell an experience. So now you done went from $20 to $50, and you're compensating for that lack of volume you had, right? Those are the kind of things you got to have, to do that. When you start talking about, in essence, when you want to make them kind of changes, how do you, evaluate? Because I know the thought process. Because when them girls, you leave my shop. They just leave my shop, go somewhere else. Next thing you know, a month or two later, I see them at damn Dollar General. And the thing of it was, I'm not tripping on them, but they looking at the money they're paying, but they not understanding conceptually how business goes. Right. Because again, they were still the $30, $40 weed girls, whatever. Now, and I don't know what they were charging, but shit went too much further from that. Right. But they want to charge that out there where they ain't really getting a lot of foot traffic, as opposed to we have a salon that been established all the years, right? Right. They weren't thinking about how to overcompensate it. Because number one, why they weren't raising prices, maybe one confidence, maybe one their clientele base, I don't know. But that whole thought process, I know never went in their heads. Right. Because they would leave. Like, you at Walmart. Hey, Deonte. Right. Hey, you doing here? Do you get your own shop? Right. But those are the kind of things that, one of the reasons I was able to stay open, I don't know a damn thing about hair. Right. And a lot of times people left and they just really couldn't kick it because they didn't know enough about business. Okay. So those are the kind of things you got to make sure when we're looking at how to grow. What pieces to add? Come to me, come to anybody. Get you somebody that can give you the game, that can teach you how to scale and grow. Right? Go to the seminars. Go to the coaches. I mean, sometimes you're gonna lose some money. You're gonna go to one or two coaches maybe that you like, man, I already knew that stuff. I get it, but it's sunken cost. That's a cost doing business. So I wouldn't worry about that. But you got to sit out there and just kind of, put your money out there. I didn't start making money until I started paying money.
Okay.
When I started going to those, $2,000 2-day meetings,
seminars,
$3,000 mastermind groups and stuff like that. Yeah, that's when my money changed.
Okay.
That's when my money changed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just being straight up.
You invested in yourself.
Yeah.
In your
now,
business.
Yeah. Now over that
future.
time, but over that time, did I waste some money? Like, man, this one good. Yeah, I did. But that didn't discourage me. What it taught me was how to scrutinize people more, and kind of be able to look from the sidelines to see how valid it was and everything like that. That's what it taught me. But you gotta invest in yourself. Like I said, my money didn't change till I started spending some change.
Okay.
I'm just being straight up with that.
Okay.
What we're doing and everything. We're just getting game. Just getting game. So theoretically, I'm giving you a blueprint, guys, giving you some ideas. But please, please, please understand that, know your lane, know your world. I ain't finna sit here and, I might know how to change the oil on the car, but I ain't finna sit here and go through try to figure out the different systems, how to do certain things. I'm gonna get the guy to know how to do it.
Right.
They can do it faster, cheaper. I ain't got time to waste.
Right.
That was my money and my time. I ain't got time to sit here and waste trying to figure it out.
Right.
You can do it yourself. You can do any damn thing by yourself
right.
if you got time enough to do it or not. I'm not cutting no grass. My guy that cuts my grass, $60 a pop. They cut it, blow it, do everything. I'm on an acre.
That was the best advice you gave me. You said, hey, you have to evaluate how much it gonna cost you to cut that grass.
Shit, the time, the pain.
Right.
Well, man, whatever doing it, man, get that macho shit out your mind. I cut my own grass.
I quickly evaluated that. It was too expensive for me to cut my own grass.
They go, them guys got the tools. They in and out my yard in 25 minutes top.
When I'm cutting it for 4 hours.
Yeah. Your back ain't so. Nah, I ain't got time for that.
Right.
I ain't got time for that. And $60.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't even have the equipment, the initial, the cost to buy your own mower, blower, cutter, and all that kind of stuff. That's gonna be probably maybe 40, 50 cuts. We're doing it. So just something to think about.
Right.
We're doing it. So we got to make sure we're making them kind of investments, be it educational, equipment, people, to actually be able to scale. That's how you do it. Be able to put those things in place. The next thing, again, tonight we're talking about how to scale your business. This is the next key component, and that's being the evaluation standpoint. You got to know how to measure this stuff. You got to know how to measure it. We're doing it, knowing the exact ratios and things like Larry was just saying. You can sit back and just look at how much, the amount of people you got on the clock, how much they're producing and everything. And I say know your lane, but you got to have things in place to be able to measure it and understand what, and that varies from business to business, right? The person that has a landscaping business, they got X amount of guys out there cutting a certain amount of grass, and they're looking, okay, I can get another sub, but I got to get this how much another team will cost me. Is looking at different things that a person in the bakery is looking to be able to expand and be able to make. Now they got a pie division, now they got a cake division. They're looking at different things from an output standpoint. They're looking at stuff, but it's not the same thing, right? So, because one person is actually producing, one person is servicing. So you got to kind of look at that, but you got to know how to measure your stuff. Again, we're talking about evaluating everything. Again, I said before, there should be an ROI, or return on investment, for the additional cost for growing. So when you actually spending the time, spending the money for a certain thing to happen, you got to have that income in mind. If I spend $10, I should make $30. If I spend $100, I should make $500. I'm just saying, when we're doing these kind of things, we got to know this, guys. You just can't spend no damn money and hope and pray or figure it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Work out.
Yeah.
Right.
Have that kind of stuff going on. Again, we're working on the business, not in the business. This is how we being true owners, we're being true CEOs. Because a lot of times, people are just like that hamster in that cage, in that damn wheel, spinning like hell, and that run forever. He ain't going no damn well, but he just running, he running. Yeah, crazy ass damn hamster.
Right.
And we don't want to be no hamsters.
I don't.
Yeah. What's that stuff they eat? Look like wood chips?
Wood chips.
I always wonder what the hell that was.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I always wonder what the hell that was, man. Again, guys, remember, focus on the numbers and the output and not your feelings. Like we just said, guys, There's a lot of people out here that are very, very busy, but they ain't got the money to justify it. And you see it, like, man, people all the time, man, that business is booming, but we have no idea of the operational cost that business is incurring. Always understand that, guys. You as the owner got to be focused on those metrics, those numbers, and the output, and you can't get emotionally caught into that stuff. Man, I got about 400 clients. Who want to have 400 clients and you damn near breaking even? Because a lot of times people going back to that barbershop standpoint. There's some guys out here that own these damn barbershops, and the owner, he opening the damn closing the shop because his metrics so off. He got people in there to help pay the rent, but he actually even got damn near got a closer to add to it.
Right.
Just keep it open. Never went through the metrics. Never went through did any kind of analytics or anything to find out what's the optimal number he need to have in there. What's the minimum number he need to have in there. They don't do that.
Right.
They don't do it. So all of a sudden that I figure that simple to me for you to do, but people don't do it. And for that point, go get me. Go get somebody to help you do that.
Right.
Know your lane. If you know that you're an excellent plumber, if you know that you're an excellent stylist, if you know you're an excellent baker, stay in your lane. Now, what you do is that person that's doing your accounting, that person that's doing your metrics and doing your evaluations, have them teach you and explain to you what's going on. Because the key thing is what we say about the difference between the owner and the employee. The employee know a lot about one thing, but the owner know a little bit about everything. And he knows enough. So when the CEO sees everything, he knows how to read the financials. He knows what kind of changes he need to make and what questions you need to ask. And you got to kind of be evolving yourself to that particular person. Not wearing 8 or 9 damn hats. Just wear one hat that just can kind of just know a little bit about everything and enough to make sound decisions, right? Know how to. I forgot I read my own damn right. Just know how to read those measurables. Make sure we're knowledgeable of that. Again, tonight we're talking about how to scale your business, and we get into the almost near the end of everything. But this is a key thing about it. And I had to say this. I alluded to this earlier with myself. Knowing how to shrink your business, knowing when it's time to shrink your business up. And key thing, guys, when it's not even cost effective, right? It's not even cost effective to try to sit here and have all these bells and whistles going and stuff like that. You can do the more or the least. Why do I need 10 shops, like Lamb said before, 10 businesses going brick and mortar and looking busy? I can do everything from a virtual hub. Right? Deonte trying to figure out, I understand camaraderie, I understand team building, but if we can have a whole damn staff working through Zoom and everybody working independently, why the hell? I mean, the $150 a year or $200 a year for Zoom compared to $10,000 a month. Shit. Come on now. Do you know how many organizations are tied into these crazy damn leases? They got everybody working remotely. That don't make no damn sense.
Right.
That don't make. You can go get you a rework and these other little meetup spots. You want to have.
They got a lot of those places where you can get an office space for $200 a month and have amenities and all that stuff and access to a conference room if you need it and all that. So.
Be smart, guys. Be smart. Understand it. We're talking about knowing when to shrink. Your infrastructure changes. Software and things like that happen again. COVID taught us a lot. What you really don't damn need. If you got a legitimate business, you made it through COVID-19. Shit, you can make it through anything. So being able, like what I talk about all the time, being able to pivot and understand that, hey, look, I don't need those particular things. That's not needed. You know what? I don't need 10 people working. I can have 5 working. Bump everybody pay up a little bit with doing it, and I'll cut my payroll in half. Maybe got a little increase it, but it's nowhere near what I was paying with all those people.
Right.
And they're doing the same amount of people. And I can just change certain things from a production standpoint. Some things can be put on somewhere else. But again, I'm understanding that this is how we're looking to shrink it. The Great Resignation, where everybody has quit, it caused a lot of business to descale and reevaluate their operations. So you got a lot of people, like say, we walking out of these buildings, we walking out of these warehouses, working out of these fast food places. I want you guys to keep in mind what that does. McDonald's ain't going nowhere.
Right.
McDonald's ain't going nowhere. The warehouse ain't going nowhere. They're going to make capital investments in technology and robots, and they're going to get certain things going. And the thing that you're making money off of now, it's going to evolve and change. You have to make sure whatever you're doing, you can pivot and adjust to the technological advances that come along down the pipe, right? You got to make sure you be able to do that, okay? So again, that taught everybody a lot because people are thinking a lot now. Who will work? I seen a Facebook post. Somebody had said, people walking out a certain job, and a person commented like, "Yeah, that's what they get for not paying folks." Understand that the business is there. These, especially major corporations, they got enough money to put in R&D or research and development to bring them back. Okay, so now they got another you. I remember, let's say in the late '90s, you go fly Delta, and they had all them folk working the ticket counter, make a one-time capital investment in all these little kiosk machines, ticket machines. Cut all that down, more or less.
Walmart.
Yeah.
They got all these self-checkouts now.
All of them, grocery stores and everywhere.
They got 19 registers, but only one register open, and you checking yourself out.
There you go. And that's the thing about it, man. So, again, the businesses will adjust. They will adjust. You just have to make sure you're in a position to be able to adjust with technological advances as well.
And I'm going to give you an example. They got all these autonomous grocery stores opening. They practicing. So where you can walk in McDonald's and get your food and don't talk to nobody.
Yeah.
It's just a practice run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's coming. You got to be prepared for it. So now you're talking about especially if you're unskilled labor, and once those kind of things come in place, what the hell you going to really do?
Right.
Right?
Did you read the book I told you to read?
I haven't read it yet, lad.
That's part of that. That's part of that.
I'm gonna get on it.
That's part of that. That's part of one of those chapters.
Okay. I'm gonna get on it, lad.
Science versus, science and evolution.
We're gonna talk
in the
offline,
business.
Because I gotta figure out how to get more and more reading in. I love reading. But I'm so busy. And I'm gonna give you. We'll talk offline, but I'm gonna give you one caveat for everybody. I think the problem that most people have with reading is they think they see the book and they think they have to finish the book in one day. You could read 1 or 2 pages. I have my phone set to let me know because I have a lot of books on my phone. I'll read 2 or 3 pages. I'll set it to let me 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day. You got 30 minutes in the day, or you can do audiobooks and listen to it while you're going from appointment to appointment. Good point. Yeah. Good point. And I got to get on my yearly goals, so I'm already a month behind. Right. We'll read 1 book a month, so we'll get that. I appreciate that, Leah. The book is 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. Right. I sent Leah a picture when I got it. Right. Well, I'm gonna get on top of it. I appreciate that too, brother. Okay. Most importantly, guys, don't sink with the ship. Don't sink with the ship. If you know shit ain't going right, don't you sit here and try to stay into something that you know really ain't being the best situation for you. Don't sink with the ship. Well, I got to do this. I got so much money invested in and all that. And you went from, $1,000 you done lost to $5,000. Now you took a loan out of your house, sold your car. Your man done left you. Right. Your girl done left you. Right. And everybody done sit here like, man, what the hell are they doing? And now everything gone. Don't sink with that shit. Right. When you see it going down, I told y'all about that studio. Right. I seen shit. The best story ever. Shit, I know. We're not gonna get in that studio. That's a hard subject. But just knowing when to walk the plank. Right. And I ain't been out shit. Pooch ain't got no problem. Like, nah, bro, this ain't working. Right. I can share this. I think I should have closed that salon 3 years earlier. Yeah, you told me. Yeah, I should have did that. You hung on to it too long. Holding on and everything. Them last couple of years just really wasn't interested. Just with that. So I mean, even some of the advice I'm giving, I ain't gonna sit here and say I don't make some of the same damn mistakes. Right. So that's how I can understand. I can be honest and transparent with y'all. But sometimes we need to know how, when the hell leave stuff alone. Couple quick points of emphasis I want to go over, guys. When we start talking about doing scaling, familiarize yourself with outsourcing. Outsourcing is pretty much you just acquiring different people or different systems or different companies to do certain tasks for you. You get you an accounting firm, get you a payroll firm, get you a data processing firm, get you a marketing or advertising company to do certain things, and you're not dealing with that. Understand the power of social media, how you can reach more of a mass with just running certain ads as opposed to you trying to post every day. The time you spending posting where you actually make an ad and spend $40, $50, that target market will be way more cost effective and less stressful than you try to sit here and post and ask everybody to share your stuff and trying to figure it out. Social media is a mother. And lastly, guys, what we're talking about, the whole waitress and waiter example, being able to invest in your staff, being able to teach your people when different things come out. understanding the return that can come in having a more knowledgeable staff, having a more educated staff about doing certain things, right? So again, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed it tonight. We talked about how to scale your business. It was a good show, good fun show. Right now, before we close everything out, I'm gonna open the floor up. So if there are any questions that you guys have, and I appreciate you for waiting, please feel free to ask me now. We got any questions?
No, unless you. I don't know if you want to circle back on that first question. As to how to start an umbrella company.
Well, no, that's something we probably need to get
we're gonna do a show about that.
A show about that and stuff. But again, I always say, it's cool, especially in Atlanta. Everybody want to have this corporate company, and now you got a C corp and an LLC up under it, and another company up under it. I mean, a lot of times you just need to get two or three LLCs or two LLCs and call it a day.
Right.
Call it a day. Everything by doing independent. I know you got the same owner, and you want to try to have it. I don't know why the hell they want to do it, because again, from a protection standpoint, you creating liabilities you don't necessarily need to be having.
Okay.
So I always say stick to what you do, and go get a professional to help direct you in the right position. Go get them accountants, get them lawyers, and you get the hell out of it and start listening to your cousin. Anything else? Any other questions?
Nope, that's it.
Any other questions? Well, look, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Our show tonight, we were talking about how to scale your business. Appreciate all the love and support. Make sure, again, if you haven't hit the like button on the video you're looking at, also make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Doll. Subscribe to Mr. Short Doll on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Ladies, take advantage of that $10,000 grant for black female entrepreneurs. Do that. Anything I'm forgetting? And if you got any questions outside of what we're talking about, need to go in depth, hey, just book an appointment. You can go to the YouTube channel, Facebook, and I know LinkedIn. You want to see it on Instagram and TikTok. All the contact information in the videos. Book an appointment. Remember, do not try to book a 10-minute free appointment with an hour question. It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Ain't gonna happen, guys. Like I say, it's spend bread. Like I said, I didn't start making money till I started paying for game.
Right.
And just being real. I wish I could give you something like that, and everything. Black Business Network, and I paid with that tax universe. Everything turned around.
Okay.
Turned around, and I had to be humble enough to be like, hey man, what I'm doing is getting me here. Let me go next level. And once I start paying the money, things went next level for me. Straight up. Straight up, and everything. And I don't like spending no damn money.
Yeah, I know that, right?
But laugh crazy. But I understand the whole concept of investing myself. Guys, whatever I tell you guys, trust me, I done did it. That being the successes, the failures, and everything. So trust me on that. Invest in yourself. Guys, take care of yourself. I appreciate you tuning in. Love you guys. Thanks again for love and support. Subscribe to Mr. Short Doll on YouTube. Next week will be at Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Got some great stuff coming out this month. Love you guys. Be safe. Thanks for our love and support. Again, keep your fingers crossed for my son Chris B to start the sectional tournament tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys and be safe.